Hi guys, welcome to the ultimate guide on how to dominate the battlefield with the light tank. I will show you everything in 2 parts and this is part 2. Let's check out our remaining packages or versions of the light tank. The first one is the light close support tank, offensive and suited for close to medium range combat. This version has the ability to support friendly infantry and it is able to instantly restore mobility. It has access to a 37mm case cannon and a 37mm HE cannon. It has track repair and it can drop supplies. The 37mm case cannon is best used to attack other vehicles or to kill infantry who are hiding behind a wall. You can use it to shoot infantry directly, but it will require a greater precision from your side. The 37mm HE cannon on the other hand is more suited to kill infantry. Try to see it as a shotgun for a tank. That will make it easier to understand the benefits and the downsides. Please don't use it when you're trying to kill another tank because it won't be able to cause any damage whatsoever. This tank has access to track repair. Please don't tell me that you want me to explain this. I'm sure that you know what this thing does. Try to stay close to your buddies because you can drop supplies. Basically, you will drop a medical crate and an ammo crate at the same time, so that your buddies can heal and resupply at the same time. It's better to do that near the flag that you are capturing or on the most used routes between 2 flags. Teamwork is very important and not to mention the extra points that you'll get for helping out your friends. The third package is the light flanker tank. It is suited for close range combat. It has heavy firepower and it has the ability to quickly restore mobility. It has access to a case autocannon and a HE autocannon. In the right hands, these things are brutal, especially the HE autocannon. It's like a shotgun on steroids and it will eat through infantry like butter. The light flanker tank is not as powerful against other tanks, so you will have to be very tactical. Use the terrain to your advantage and hide behind some dunes or behind a building and curve your shots with the case autocannon. The downside of this cannon is that it has a pretty big bullet drop. Usually this is a bad thing, but we can turn this around and use it in our advantage. If you have to attack another tank, then keep your distance. Use the terrain and make sure that the other guy can't shoot at you, but that you can shoot at him. I will demonstrate this by shooting at the armored train. I can easily hit him, but he has almost no chance of hitting me. You can't cause a lot of damage to the armored train, but I was just trying to make a point. If you can be tactical, you can use the terrain to your advantage, then you can curve your shot. So you're now turning a bad thing, which is the higher bullet drop, into a good thing. The guys in the armored train were trying to kill me, but they were barely able to hit me. But I had absolutely no problem hitting them and there was nothing they could do about that. On top of that, the autocannons reload super fast. The light flanker tank also has access to track repair and it can deploy anti-tank mines. Now, why would you need anti-tank mines when you are driving in a tank? I'm sure that you have seen a movie where they send out one guy to lure in the enemy. They see him thinking it's an easy kill, they all run behind him and then they find themselves in the middle of an ambush. These mines are your ambush. Imagine that you are facing a tougher opponent. He surprised you and he is attacking you from up close. Now, you don't have the firepower to deal with tanks from up close. So if you can get him to follow you, then you can easily deploy your mines and you will be able to instantly kill him that way. It's a pretty embarrassing way to die for the other guy, because he had the upper hand. So expect to see some salt coming your way. I also use them to damage the train, especially on Suez. You will get a warning on your screen when the enemy armored train is en route. This means that he is not yet on the battlefield. So you will have a window of opportunity to quickly drive towards the train tracks and to deploy your mines on the track. It will take approximately 30 seconds until the enemy train is deployed. These mines are the most effective way to deal with the train, so make sure that you use them. It is very important that you are able to distinguish between the tanks so that you know what you're dealing with before you engage your enemy. The light close support tank and the light flanker tank are very similar. The only way to distinguish between them is to look at their turret. The close support has multiple muzzles and the flanker only has one. You will also be able to tell as soon as they start shooting at you, but then it might be too late. The light howitzer tank has a more noticeable feature. The turret isn't round and you will be able to spot it easily from a distance. I'm sure that most of you have seen my video about how to kill a tank and you know about the benefit of the armored plate in Battlefield 1. I didn't tell you about this, but a few very knowledgeable guys pointed out in the comments that the original purpose of this plate was to give the tank the ability to easily drive over trenches. So a special thanks to Donovan Francis, MJR, Miss Chrissy, Jester Gary and everyone else who knew about this. To compensate for this, the Germans made larger anti-tank trenches. And then the British started to develop longer versions of their tanks so that they were able to cross the larger anti-tank trenches. This is basically how some technology evolved. Action-reaction. When you're driving the light close support tank, you can kill another tank with only 4 shots. And just keep an eye on the gas. I saw the other tank, so I knew he was hiding somewhere over here. And I landed the first shot. 26 damage. Then I hide so that he can't fire back at me. And I thought it was a good idea to go for a walk in poison gas right in the middle of a tank fight. You know, just for the heck of it. Unfortunately, my E button to exit the vehicle is right next to the W button to drive forward. It was probably the most professional move that I made during all these years that I played Battlefield. Then I get 30 damage point for the second shot, 29 for the third, and the fourth is lethal. When you work together as a team, you can do massive damage, especially when everybody is working together. The most fun that I had playing Battlefield as a tank driver was when I was working together with a team. We were losing before we started working together, and we ended up winning that round after we started playing as a team. This was Fog of Gaming, thanks for watching, and I will see you on the battlefield.